So if I've got 25.4 centimeters, that puts me in this box here. And if I have to get to millimeters, that just means I have to move my decimal one place that way. You can kind of get really lost in all of the like 1/1000, 1/100 stuff. But essentially, all you have to do is take your 25.4 centimeters. And since the millimeters is 10 times as much, you just have to multiply by 10 technically, which is the same as moving one decimal place over, giving you 254 millimeters. Okay. So if I use that same concept for 135 centimeters, and I want to go towards meters, so I'm trying to get a better color here. If I start with centimeters, maybe if I, whatever. If I start with centimeters, and now I'm going towards meters, 1, 2, I just have to move my decimal place 1, 2 over. So 135 centimeters is the same as 1.35 meters. Okay. They actually don't really recommend dimensional analysis for this because you don't have two dimensions. Like it's not meters per mile or meters per second or something. So that's what they recommend for just converting in between metric things. So there will be dimensional analysis in a situation like this. And so these are the conversions between kilometers and miles, and then inches and centimeters, because those are the closest ones that are the most realistic together. So this little lizard lives in Florida, and it's 96.3 millimeters. Now it says convert the length to inches. So notice inches and centimeters go together. So I'm going to go ahead and move it to centimeters first. So if I have 96.3 millimeters and I'm using that chart, I'm starting at millimeters and I'm trying to get to centimeters. So I'm just going to move one decimal place to the left, giving me 9.63 centimeters. From here, I would want to do dimensional analysis. And I'm going to convert that thing to inches. So hopefully you're seeing the fact that we should have the centimeters on the bottom and the inches on top. And the relationship is 1 inch for every 2.54 centimeters. So when I divide those, I end up getting 3.8 inches. So again, I like to do the easy work if I can. Like I didn't want to have to multiply by 100 technically to convert the millimeters into centimeters. I would rather just move the decimal point than deal with all that madness. Okay, almost done here. So if our Tesla is 4.98 meters and we want to convert this thing to feet, okay, so you've got a couple options here. I would just do a dimensional analysis to say that using this information up here, but I gotta make sure I've got centimeters. So if I start out at meters, I go to, I believe it's decimeters first and then centimeters. So this is the same thing as 498 centimeters all over 1. And now I want to use my dimensional analysis of 1 inch per 2.54 centimeters. So that would give me how long it is in inches. And then the next conversion for inches would be 12 inches per 1 foot. So when I multiply those together, I get 16.3 feet. Okay. So again, I recommend if you're going from metric to American Standard, you'd want to have it in either centimeters or kilometers if you can. So from here, Lafayette, great place. Go Boilers. Love Purdue. My wife and I went there. It's the best. It's 120 miles, and if someone travels at 65 miles per hour, how long will that trip take? Round to the nearest minute. Okay. So from here, I'm curious how many miles per minute I'm going. This is essentially saying I need miles per minute. So I only have miles per hour right now. So I need to convert that to miles per minute. So I need to take 1 hour and make that 60 minutes. And again, the reason why I put the hour on top is so that the top and bottom would cancel, giving me that 65 over 60 is 1.083. And again, that's miles per 1 minute. So a lot of times people would multiply 120 by that fraction right there. But you just want to do 120 miles and you want to only have minutes. So this is where you would multiply. You got to be strategic here to put the 1.038 miles on the bottom and the 1 minute on the top. Maybe if I write mile, that's probably going to be better. So that these miles units cancel and you're left with just a minute. So the work to get you there is just going to be to divide by 120 and 1.083, giving you 110.77 minutes. And then the actual question tells you to round to the nearest minute. So it becomes 111 minutes.